All right. Are we good? Um, yeah. Awesome. So I'm gonna try. Okay. Hey, Slowpokes. It's Source 101. Sorry, intro. Obligatory. Welcome back to World Building Wednesdays. On Monday when I was doing Cassette Beasts, I had a bit of an issue with bandwidth, and we determined that it's capitalism's fault because our Wi-Fi company has a new model of router available or a new plan or whatever, and so they made all of their other things worse. Uh, so streaming now takes up a whole bunch of bandwidth, but I'm gonna try streaming at a lower bitrate. I was doing 9,000 before kilobytes per second, but now I'm doing 8,000, so I'm hoping that's not gonna compromise quality a whole bunch. Um, so yeah, hopefully that makes um less freezes. So last time we did all sorts of consonant clusters and worked on the lexicon and whatnot. But I'm not actually liking this Ablaut system that we've got currently. Like it's all neat and complicated, but if you look here, all of the different interpretations of the words, this seems a bit too complicated for a proto language. And on top of that, all of the words just look the same. Like Hakir, Hakar, Hukar, Hlakir, Hrekir, Hikil, Hokal, Hokal, Hlakil, Hrekil, right? But then if you go to another word, Mekwir, Makwar, Merkwar, Mlaki, yeah, Mlakir, Merkwir, um, Mikwil, Mokwal, it's too similar to itself. And on top of that, this gives very little space to actually use the syllabic approximants that I wanted. Like, you get it in the genitive, and then that's it. Reconnect. Why did it do... Damn. It's taking up all sorts of... What the heck? One moment, I'm gonna go try and fix this problem. So I just went and shut off everything. This is dumb. Are you kidding me? Why is it like this? Um, oh, yes. Bitrate dropping. Oh, internet bandwidth. Stream connection troubleshooting. Hmm. Hold on. Well, it says I'm back at 8,000. But I'm still dropping crazy. Go to output. Maybe if I go down to 6,000 as my... Okay, so it's coming back up. Hopefully that helps it, maybe? This is annoying. Where's the connection? These... Connection... Okay. Let's hope that this doesn't become a recurring issue this stream. I really hope this does not become a recurring issue this stream. Anyway, so we're just gonna get right back into it. I'm taking out this. I am deleting these cells, but I'm also moving all of these back over. Oop, frick. Okay. It's fine, chat. All 0 of you. We'll push through. Yeah. There we go. And then all of these. There we go. So I still want to have Ablaut. I think that'll do good for us. Also, all of these I'm just going to delete. So I'm still fine having these cases. Ergative, absolutive, genitive, considerative, instrumental. We've got 4 vowels. But we've also got syllabic approximants too. So maybe we have... Oh, and I'm still keeping these class suffixes. I think those will be fine. So we have w, l, r, I, e, o, a. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we've got 7 these and 10 cases to mark. Well, 9 cases to mark. And then we're dropping more frames again. Lovely. Instrumental. Frick. Instrumental case. Instrumental case used to indicate that a noun is an instrument or means by with which the subject achieves or accomplishes an action. If we go to Indo-European Ablaut, it shows that the accusative, nominative, genitive, and then the adjective forms of accusative and nominative were marked with Ablaut, but the actual like cases of it. We scroll down here. We can see that it had a lot more. Right. Construct according to their variety. Okay. So if we have, because in Indo-European Ablaut, the accusative versus nominative was just length, but we don't really have that. So I drew up some mock words that I want, like Wernos, or definitely Wernos, but maybe something like Den Hrekil, something along those lines. Um, hmm. Absolutive. The absolutive is the one that's going to be used all the time. It's like the dictionary form. So if we have our Ablaut cases, we can have E, A, O. But then we should also have my brain is dying. I'm sorry, chat. I'm just really frustrated that the streaming, like, it hasn't happened again, but freaking my bandwidth is all sort of whack. E, A, O, A, W, R, L. 2, 3, 6. So for Proto-Indo-European, these are the only ones that it ablouts for. All of the other ones, like the two other ones, don't. So if I still mark that with such, like this, then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 left. And we have 7 of these. That works. But then we get into, like, take the HK thing that we had going on for person. If we have that, then our words would look like heek, hek, poke, hawk, hook, herk, hulk, right? We can still have like extra starts and endings to them because Proto-Indo-European did too. They didn't just like raw dog the ablaut. They had, so we had pterm versus pter versus ptres versus npetor versus npetor. So definitely there are like suffixes and prefixes to go along with these. Hmm. So if we have this be a suffix, so herkos would also allow our word huernos to be a thing as well. So hercos would be, well, we can figure out what that would be later. We could, but we've got to also determine what these came from. Because we don't just like spontaneously generate affixes. They've got to come from words meaning things that combine together. So, ergative, absolutive, genitive, considerative, instrumental. If I just copy these, bring these over here. Ergative and absolutive, I'm not quite sure how we handle those yet. But genitive, we can derive this from a word that means of, like belonging to. Which would be an adjective. But actually would derive from the verb to have, which also is inside. So the goat's sandwich could be the sandwich of in the goat's grasp. That could be some sort of interpretation there. That also means that's gotta go. So we can derive this from a word that means not have, but well, I actually think have is the right play there. Which means that in has to come from somewhere else. We'll figure it out. This is more important anyway. The considerative would be something that is offered in exchange, so this could come from give. Then the instrumental, thing that does. We can just have this come from the word for thing. There we go. Very, very awesome. Am I even like streaming right now? Does it count as me streaming? I did not check. I didn't know if something went wrong with YouTube or not. Okay, it does say that we are live. Very awesome. Ergative and absolutive. Where does nominative and accusative come from? Did and accusative happen? How did they evolve? It's through an active and passive distinction. The object was accusative. So an evolved nominative case markings. Latin is typologically weird. Its system comes from Proto-Indo-European, which appears to have been a marked nominative language that only marked the nominative case on animate nouns. So it explains why neuter nouns don't have a nominative accusative distinction, why the masculine accusative looks like a neuter form. Zero marked nominative is more common. Japanese wa isn't really a nominative marker, it's a topic marker and probably comes from an interjection. The nominative markers come from genitive markers or vice versa, and it's a bit of a hot mess. Honestly, you can just do this stuff by fiat and get a credible result. Case markers tend to be really old and get worn down to something really simple. The older free version of the World Lexicon of Grammaticalization doesn't seem to discuss those core cases, possibly because we can't reliably reconstruct where they come from. One way that I've considered evolving nominative accusative case markers is through active and passive distinction. The nominative would fuse with the particle meaning doing, while the accusative would fuse with the one meaning done. Don't know if that's natural. These are actually unmarked too, as someone said it's just their gender marking. Idea would derive some word for affix. Hero would become heroes, then would okay. So they seem to come from animacy or gender or passive active stuff. So we should figure out a way to do passive and active stuff. Passives are often done with the copula. So we could say man or person sees animal. But if we have person sees, which actually would be person animal sees, person animal see, then this turns into person animal see the copula. So this means the person sees the animal, and in this case it would be the person is seen by the animal. But we have a VSO thing which has verb emphasis, and subordinate verbs come after regular verbs. So that means that if we instead do handle this, this would actually be copula C. The person does the seeing, right? But if we have the copula go first, then person, animal, see, or rather, here we go. Then the person sees the animal. Down here, if we have the copula, person, animal, see, then, or I guess, yeah. So I'm guessing fairies would be called differently depending on country too, right? They'll all come from the same word, and the fairies generally agree on what they call themselves. So they're going to be slightly different, but they're all going to be derivative of fairy, right? Because in world, the word fairy is going to be very similar to the English word fairy. Because the word fairy derives from the fairy word of what they call themselves, which is fairy. I wonder how many more times I can say the word fairy before everyone unsubscribes from me. Probably a lot. I'm very charming that way. Is seeing Fair enough. See, so because we've got SOV, SOV, oop, frick. SOV, SOV, but this is VSO and VSO. There can be a little bit of blending here because this is sort of an optional thing that they do sometimes. That means that if we instead have the copular verb, then person, animal, see, then it puts emphasis on the fact that it is happening, but not emphasis on the fact that the seeing is happening, which means that this can come to mean the person is seen by the animal. It sort of flips the two. Although, however, an ergative absolute, see, that would work great if for coming up with nominative or accusative alignment, right? But in this construction, they both are conjugated the same. They're both the absolutive case. But the person yawn, let's say, can't take up, because this is an intransitive verb. So, hmm. Trying to... So, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to figure out how the ergative absolutive alignment would have evolved, right? And also, I've been streaming for nearly 30 minutes, and I have made negative progress because I ripped out the previous Ablaut system because it was bad. So, um, I'm struggling today, chat. Now, there's no reason to conjugate these any different. This is the only one that has a different case. So I've got to come up with some reason that extra inflection would happen to this word or these words, right? Hmm. But at the same time, because I could do like person do yawn, like person does the yawning. But that turns yawn into a thing, and then it's agent patient all over again. Huh. How do I know it's someone doing a world building project? Does your world have bees? Does it have bread? Does it have dogs? Yes, but not in the ways that you think that it does. They're all like fantasy magic creatures or whatever. Also, I'm thinking of, for no reason other because it would be silly, ants make honey now. But I'll probably forget that entirely and just make bees. I don't... How did ergative and absolutive cases evolve? Has an ergative absolutive language ever evolved from a nominative accusative language, and how does it happen? Vice versa. I'm trying to figure out how they happened. Oh, so it's instead of bee vomit, it's ant vomit now? Maybe it'll also probably not. As far as we know, as long as language is spoken, there's always been ergative language. We know this because the earliest written language, Sumerian, was such a language. Languages like Sumerian are ergative in the standard way. They mark the subject of transitive verbs differently from the subject of intransitive verbs, which take the same marking as objects of transitive verbs. But this kind of construction is not a kind of ideal unchanging type. Languages grow and change over centuries and millennia, and the result of these can be totally different. Okay. Accusative languages can become ergative, predominantly ergative languages can become accusative, etc. In many cases, it's clear that language families' ergativity is a deep, stable, and persistent trait amongst all daughter languages. This is true of Mayan, Salesian, Eskimo, Aleut, among other families in the Americas. Abkhaz, Adigan, I'm pronouncing that completely wrong. Believe ergative language evolved out of their earlier accusative languages. Okay. Who's written sans as accusative alignment evolved into something like okay. Analyzes the subject only for transitive verbs. Oh, the Sanskrit instrumental case was reanalyzed as the subject only for intransitive verbs. Whoa. That can happen? Oh, wait. No. I got it wrong for some reason. I thought for some reason it was ergative, or sorry, absolutive verb, and then sorry, I had to sneeze, and then ergative verb. But that's not how this works at all. I don't know where that came from. That's just wrong. It's like this. This will work. So the copular verb, the person is seen by the animal. Wait. No, that's wrong again. Frick. How does... I need to have this, and then I need to add something to make x different than y. And then also... Also, question, are you going to implement the languages to your story? How am I going to? So, one thing you got to understand is that language and culture are very, like, intertwined with each other. They're almost, like, part of the same thing, you know? So, when figuring out cultures, the way that languages... The way that we use language, the way that we talk about the world, influences the way that we see the world, which influences the way that we act on the world. And all of that is very important when it comes to especially the overarching magic stuff, like fairy magic, druid magic, arcane magic. Fairies see the world as, you know, something to deal with. Or druids see the world as something to exchange with, another part of themselves almost, another trade, another opportunity. Fairies see the world as something to not necessarily bargain with, but outmaneuver, right? Because they can't lie, and they can't break a promise. But yeah, dialogue-wise, well, it comes down to, okay, Um, they at some point when arcane magic gets developed, mages and the whole magi, whatever it's pronounced, like guild structure within the Osh Empire, they come to see mages like tools instead of people. So we get to the point where like characters like Kellen have its pronouns because that's just how they're seen, right? And part of Kellen's journey is sort of like regaining its personhood. Um and it also comes down to like a lot of that semantic stuff. Like freaking where is it? Fire causes ice to become melted. Like this sort of change in syntax and valency when it comes to verbs, that has a direct impact on how they can act to the world. So we get into all of the semantics of how like languages develop and what words they have and how they use to describe things turns into stuff like idioms, like how they perceive the passage of time. Is it more like a river flowing down, or is it more like a concrete thing that you travel against? Stuff like that. So, like, would the characters use their language and dialogue where they speak English, but events and culture would keep the common name? So, I'm not going to have every conversation. Generally, when I want the reader to understand what's being said, or I want the characters to understand what's being said, I will present that to the reader as English. Um, when they have like specific curses or like good God, stuff like that, then yeah, I will write that in the language itself instead of English. But or at least I will translate the English equivalent of it. Like if they were to say the word, I don't know, iron chains, for example, as a curse. I don't know if they would yet, but iron chains is a curse. Or like chain me up, something like that. I would write that. Chain me up. Um but if like the closest equivalent is the F word, I'm not gonna write out the F word in English. I'm just going to write like what it is in the language and just have the readers like extrapolate from there. Like if Kellen is walking into a bunch of fairies speaking a native fairy language, Kellen's not going to understand that, but I'm still going to write it out as the fairy language because that's what Kellen hears. Um, but if Axe walks into that same situation, he's going to understand all of those words, and so I'm going to write that as English. Yeah, and their events and culture and stuff keep the name of the language that they're speaking because that's a very important part. Um, some people would like to say that Scots is a dialect of English, but a lot of Scottish people would say that it's its own language. Basically, the difference between a dialect and a language is a language is just a dialect with an army and a navy. It's mostly a like a sense of cultural identity sort of thing. Like American English and British English, on some level, are still English. They're mutually intelligible, or sorry, mutually like exchangeable. You can understand American can understand an Englishman, but and that's also the same for Australian. But 500, 1,000 years down the line, they could be completely different languages, just because they're already like so different. And you see a lot of changes happening in one that doesn't happen in another. So that's sort of how it's going to happen here. We've got this region, spawning language, and then that turns into the Osh Empire and Volthos, and then they're going to stop speaking the same language because they're going to stop interacting with each other. So they're going to split off, and then if people go back and forth to like discuss, they're not going to understand what they mean until they learn the other language. So that's already going to cement like we are a different people from those people because we don't speak the same language. And then that happens in Terius and then Daria. With the fairies, it's kind of different because they can't lie, and so they're resistant to changes in meaning. It's still gonna happen, but I mean, there's already a slight gap forming between British English and American English. Exactly, it's like that, but I can make it happen a lot faster because I'm God. But yeah, so my main task right here, my main goal is to blow up and then act like I don't know nobody. So I need to find a reason why X is marked different than Y, because this is subject, object, verb, and then this is subject, verb. One moment. Sorry, I had to go blow my nose. All right. Birds not chirping? Gasp. Where did they go? So this says that the Sanskrit instrumental case was reanalyzed as a subject only for intransitive verbs and thus become an ergative case. So it may have actually been a dative case, but at least in some languages. Other completely independent cases of accusative to ergative shift. The ancestral tongue had an ergative alignment, which changed to an accusative or non-ergative alignment. Georgian language does not, contrary to what you see in a lot of technical literature, have an ergative system. It's because both its case marking and its verb agreement are two cases of intransitives. I want to know how it generates. So a language doesn't need three things all the time? Not necessarily. It's complicated. Yes, but also no. But only sometimes. You know? um how does ergativity arrives? Syntax saying arrived I for I arrived in addition to morphology. Syntax. Okay. I already have this open. Ergativity. Rare cases such Australian Aboriginal language, Nanda. Common nouns. Okay. Ergativity may be manifested through syntax, saying arrived I for I arrived. In addition to morphology, syntactic ergativity is quite rare. All languages that exhibit also feature morphological ergativity. Few morphologically ergative languages have ergative syntax. Morphology, syntax can be placed. Yeah. Syntactic pivots, relative clauses, switch reference. In the conjunction reduction. What? The conjunction reduction construction is silly. Right. The returned and father, so mother. Okay, that's. Oh. The ergative marking display was known as optional ergativity, where ergative marking is not always expressed. Prototypical ergative languages are, for the most part, constructed in a specific region of the world: Mesopotamia, the Caucasus, the Americas, Australia, parts of New Guinea. Freaking sounds like buffalo. Yeah. Approximation of ergativity and ergative case. Anti-passive voice. What is that? Okay, anyway, I still don't know a reason why this would be marked different. What if this was marked? What if instead of having the subject of a transitive verb marked, like had it being added to, what if it was the accusative that was added to instead? So it would be, the ergative would be unmarked, and the absolutive case would be marked with something. Now, what would it be marked with? I mean, you don't have to do X, Y, right? Well, this is just to like demonstrate how they're marked, because frickin' hate this Zoom thing. I'm just using these as placeholders. Like, any word could be X or Y. It's just that all of the words in this model here that are marked Y are going to be marked the same because they're both the absolutive case. X is the ergative case here, but this is just SOV and then SV. But we also have optional VSO and VS, I guess, here. And I want to keep this the same optional because I plan to do different things with this VSO word order in the different language branches. So I want to keep this as optional. Let's again do person, see, animal. So person, animal, see. Then person. What is a non-intransitive verb? List of intransitive verbs. Arrive, go, lie, sneeze, sit, die. Always intransitive. Deteriorate, vote, sit, laugh, originate, fluctuate, and trend. Is, look, last, occur, remain. Hmm. See, because I can't use stay or leave or have because I use those as transitive verbs. Die. Let's say die. Okay. So, person, animal, see, animal, die. We'll use hunt here. Hmm. Wait, okay, hold on. No, that doesn't make sense either. I thought I could do something like with agent marking, but that doesn't work in our current word order. Animal hunt, animal die. I have two options. Either I can mark person different or I can mark animal different. And I'm trying to figure out how I would do that by adding other words. Because in order to turn those into suffixes or prefixes, I need to first add the words to the sentence. So, but we don't have a lot of words. So I'm trying to figure out like what thing a proto-language would mark these for and why. This would be animate. This would also be animate. This would be uh, animate as well. Of course, this causes it to become inanimate, like the corpse would be animate, but it... All of these are animate. Hmm. This is tough. Almost PA spoken, yeah. Unergative verb, what? Unaccusative? Intransitive verb whose grammatical subject is not a semantic agent. In other words, the subject does not actively initiate or is not actively responsible for the action. Give me an example of this. What do you mean? Hold on. The ice melted, the sun melted the ice. The window broke, the golf ball broke the window. The shouted, dumped the slipshod. Okay, that doesn't make any sense. My brain cannot do this today. It's just not working. Oh, what do you mean? Uh, Feels like you should say that about every world once. Yeah, it's. Let me turn on a light. Hold on. Maybe that'll help me. Alright. I turned on a light, took a hit on my inhaler, get that extra oxygen into my brain. I take a gummy vitamin, so I should be have all of those nutrients return to my thinking center. Let's get cracking. Honestly, that one Reddit thing said I could just make it up and it would be probably as accurate as trying to come up with something. So we're just going to take the easy route this time. And we'll just mark this special. Ah, yes, Flintshire vitamins. Pretty much. So, um, the absolutive case should be A, or sorry, the ergative case. Sorry, A, E grade. We will have absolutive be O grade. Then for E and A grade, I think we will have. We need words for have. I need another thing for in the add position. Flintstone. Oh, hell nah. SpongeBob took 40 Benadryls. What does it mean to be in something? It means to be surrounded by. I mean to cover. To be covered. Okay. There we go. It's in the cave. Yep. And then if I wanted to talk about the cave actually covering the person, then it would be cover cave person. No, the copula goes after because the subordinate verb happens after the initial verb. The point of the thing is that the cave is doing the covering. Okay. Cool. Great. And we can use this to distinct the adpositions versus the actual verb meaning. I'm okay with that. So, genitive comes from the word to have. So we need a word for have. I was thinking something simple along the lines of. See, because our copula is gue. Um, is tak. Then for stay, we will have. Shen. We will have. For leave, have. Mler. No, I want separate adjectives for these. Mlera. For have, I will go super simple. I will just do Osh. In fact, I can actually have Erad. Osh. And then die will be Hito. I've decided now. Cover. Solely. Nope. I lied. Hiton. And then Solib. Frick. We'll go with Sleeb. Yeah. Okay. So genitive will be marked with osh, which goes before the thing. So before S and C and PTK, it might have to. Oh, it only gets affixed on later, right? No, I can affix it on now. Sure, why not? Osh. Because our core phonotaxis is CV, so that's our minimum syllable. Or, sorry, VC. Push. Conservative give. Oh, so stay will be Shen. Towards go, that is tuck. Away is leave, which means I should also have arrive. give warm, right? I can do that. No. Warm, right? Yeah, that ain't gonna slide. Water. Leave will be. Oh, I already have leave. That's errad. So stay can be fanden. Right, I can do no. Podnen. Sure. These words are all very silly. So, and then word for thing. Actually, we'll just have the word for tool. The adjective tool will, the adjective form of tool will be the instrumental case. So give water. Sorry, gwar. Does this go before or after? It goes after. Because the genitive goes before the thing, right? Yes. Then we'll figure out the thing for tool. Absolutive, we will have it go after. So false. Wow, I'm providing such witty commentary, guys. Ain't this great? Ain't this awesome how commentary my wit is? Very cool. We will have A grade for genitive. Then for I will have W grade for the adjective form. I will have E grade for the adjective ergative. That means L and R for these two for considerative. and then instrumental. Yeah. For tools, the word tool, um, yeah, hold on. And then these are not allowed. Cool. And then I'll pretty this up later. So for this example, we've got for our HK root, plugging it into all of this. That means that we will have, for the ergative, it will be hic. For the absolutive, it will be hokos. So we've got erg, abs, genitive, considerative, instrumental. So our genitive will be oshak, but that's not allowed. So to fix that, the H can get dropped. Oshak. Oshak. Then for our genitive form, oh, that is the genitive form. Considerative is R, so herk, war. But those aren't allowed to cluster, so herkwar is. Right? No. Also not allowed. What? Frick. Or maybe herkor? Maybe the guar gets dropped there. I'll have to come up with specific rules for all of these also. Gore. And then instrument, we need word for tool. So I think L and K for that one. So for tool, then going down this line would be lek, lokos, osh, and then that's allowed, right? Yeah. Oshlak. Down here to lurkor. Sure. But I'm interested in the adjective. So this would be leak and look. Look. Yeah. Look. Maybe instead of Gwar forgive, I can just make this easier on myself by doing it something that can go with all of them. So lore. Why not? Herklore. Lurklore. This is crunchy. Lurkle. I'm getting my Lurkle on, chat. Adjective. The adjectival form. Leak, Luik. Right? Would these also be... Would it be Lucas? I think it should, right? Or should only the nouns be, like, marked? I think we'll have that. I think we'll have only the nouns be marked. Like that. No, we should have it be else. Like this. Lucas. For Indo-European Ablaut, they do have, right? No, because the only difference there is that, yeah. And then these are not allowed. So the instrumental case will depend on... No, it would just be the absolutive form, right? Or would it be... I think we should just have it be this. And then adjectives go after the nouns, right? Yeah. So this will be like such. Cool. So the instrumentative case for tool is leak. But I actually think in this specific case it would just be leak. Or it would just be lick. I know it's sort of like you can't really do that, but it's defining it in terms of itself. And it's my language, I can do whatever I want. So, hook leak. Oh man. Actually, I lied. I think this L here counts as the L there, so it'll be hulkik, which means that the tool form for tool could be hulkik, which I would not then allow the gem in it, so it'd be ulkik. I think I can allow that. This is complicated. Ulkik. Well, it's spelled L-K-I-K. Lekik. Because remember, the approximants w, l, and r are allowed to act as vowels. So, the instrumental form of person is hulkik. Or hlakik, I think. Yeah. Hlakik. It wouldn't be hulkik, it'd be hlakik. Or hlakik. There wouldn't be like any extra vowel there because it already is the vowel. It's like in Lukos. It's not Lukos or Luwakos. It's Lukos. But Lurklore, Lurklore is a silly one. I'm having fun again. I'm very glad that I'm having fun, which means that we have consonantal roots instead of full-on roots. So that means we can go back to this chart. Can merge these. Okay. Cases, I'm going to move all of this over. I'm going to create another table here. Actually, I'm just going to undo. Copy this, paste that there. Noun, declension. So, ergative case is unmarked. Ergative adjective case is also unmarked. The absolutive is os in both cases. Ooh. I will combine these. Yep. I swear to God, there better not be bad apple in Google Docs. I think there is. I think there's one in Google Sheets and Slides. The genitive case is osh. And conservative is lore. Lore. Instrumental is eek. Cool. And that means ergative, I can E-grade, E-grad, E-grade, I-grade, this is O-grade, this is W-grade, this is A-grade, this is L-grade, and then this is, this is R-grade. And then this is L grade. So we don't actually get to have our word wernos because it would be wernlor, which, is that allowed? Yes. So it would be wernlor, but wonos would be its extra thing. So we can just copy and paste this down. So English, this would be person. Our root is HK. Or I should, no, that's the correct way to write it so far. So for animate, we have and then I can just do this. And then it's got vowel harmony. Yeah. So wait, hold on. The inanimate form. Okay, let's just go through this. I'll show you what I mean in a second. So this would be Hekir. This is Right? What? Hokos. Hokosir? Hmm. Hokos. Genitive. Yeah, it is Oshakir. Is it? Hekir. This would be Hokosar. This is Oshakar. Right? Yeah. The considerative lore is her Herglor Rar. Mm. And instrumental is Hlikikir. Hmm. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I don't think it should be marked for animacy. Oh, wait, I know how to do this. I know how to handle this at all. Uh, Animacy is only marked on the ergative case. We're allowed to do that. There we go. So class suffix is ergative. There we go. And then I can keep all of this how it is. Okay. So then the inanimate form would be Hekil. Then all of this is the same. So actually I can modify this. I need to, actually I will just delete cells. I need to move this like so. Hmm. Merge. All of these can move over. All of these can move over. All of this I can just copy over. I merge those. I merge these. I merge this. I actually don't need this. Like if I delete cells and shift up, let's say. I merge those together. Actually no, I don't merge those together. I want to unmerge these. I want to merge that together. I think I need to move this back over. Yes. I can combine these. I combine this. I combine this. I do this and this. I'm going to delete these cells and shift up. Ooh. I need to reset the color. Oh. Apparently this is still considered part of the table. Animate. Inanimate. bonk, bonk. Like so. And then bonk, 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 bonk. There. That should do it. But I need to alternating colors. Ooh, cancel. Alternate colors. Apply to range. Remove alternating colors. There we go. Format. Alternating colors. There. Yes. Much better. Cool, 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 cool. And then part of speech. There we go. Chat. Look at this. Much better. So now I can copy and paste this. And that's how it's done. Which means that can have person, animal, light, big thing, river, cave, tool. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3. Oop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. Cool. This is only going to get really old really fast. So, now we have oh shoot, no. Damn, sorry chat. I've got to do this all over again. Delete. Delete cells and shift up. There we go. Because now I have to readjust this table. By unmerging all of these. Template, and then the root, and then the part of speech. Noun. Adjective. Then we've got animate, adjective. These I'm going to merge together and type in such. Then I can delete cells and shift up. I can come here, do this. I can do that. Womp. Womp. Finally, geez, wow. Okay, can I be done? Thank you. Great. Now we can actually type the words. Holy moly. Person. Animal. We'll do tool, because that's an important one. What other nouns do we have? Light. Light. Oh, dang. Cool. Then we had big thing. Small thing. Cave. River. We will have tree. And grass. They already have agriculture. So, wheat. Fruit. Wood. Stone. Water. Fire. Oh, chat, you know what? Actually, I think we need an adjective form for the considerative as well. Because you can also take qualities too. You aren't taking the fire from something, you're taking the heat. But that also means that we'll also keep it for the nouns because you can exchange nouns like with people and stuff. So I think we can just like overwrite this stuff. If I unmerge these, put in, if I were to flip these around, actually, instrumental, considerative, then we can put the borders back. I can merge these two and then keep the considerative here. Yes. Comparative upgrade. Yep. Upgrade. Instrumental. Instrumental. Considerative. Should I be adding background music? Would you guys like background music for these streams? Would that be something you might be interested in? Or eek. Dunno. Let's try it. Let's see how that happens. No. Oh. Royalty-free sax music. I'm gonna mute desktop audio for a second until I get it. Oh, I'm dropping frames again. Sorry, chat. Okay, that's not gonna work. What did I have before? Was it this one? Aha, here we go. Let me get this back. Just put that back down a little. There we go. Cool. Very nice. Come on, bring back the frick. Hold on. Let me see if I can get this. Good. No. Come on. Are we good? Just been playing games for the past 40 minutes, having the stream as background audio. Yeah. Here. Face is silly. Very goofy. Cool. Got it pretty quiet. Just as a little extra thing, you know? While we're doing the monotonous stuff. I wish it had smooth scrolling instead of the choppy scrolling it has now. Oh. Damn. Cool. We're getting there. And it's also important that all of this is centered and there we go. Cool. Alrighty. So now we have wood, stone, water, fire, sun. Ooh, I can just copy this. Sun, moon, they have the sun and the moon. What the hell's that face? It's the thumbnail for the smooth sax video I pulled up. Is it too loud? Here. Okay. So, sun, moon. Yeah. I think this will last us the extra, like, 15 minutes. Because we've got quite a bit here. I think I'll have cart, wheel, axle, yoke. Alright, now we get to come up with roots for all of these. So person is HK, animal, tool is LK, MD for animal, light can be P and T. Because we've got like a 2 consonant thing, but I don't want just 2 consonants, you know? I want there to be some variety here. Because if we go to Proto-Indo-European, right? You can see here how this is the syllable that gets the umlaut, but there's also this other syllable sometimes gets adjective as well. Or not adjective, vowel as well. So for big thing we can go we can't have no. So we can have we can go for here we can have H there we go. Also, it just loops that video. Okay. For cave, we can have qua bar. River can be tree. L. Shden? Would that work? Hmm. Grass. A step. No. That can be just that. Although we can also have things start with the vowel, right? We don't need to have it specifically be. I think for we will have earth. For these earth, water, fire, and wood, we can have them start with a vowel. Earth. Car. Water. Twin. Hmm. Would that be odd? Right? Cool. Bale. And then we need wheat. That can be something like grass, but not quite. Fruit is a type of food. Oh, but they'd also have words for Nope. Words for meat, fur, blood. And then for all of these, I'll just do this. There. Cool. Where were we? The sun. Yeah. A cart. Cart can be this. The axle. Oh, they also need a wheel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the space. Cool. Wheel. Oh, I already had a wheel. Whoops. I like having this symbol. And then meat. Frickin' my frames are dropping again. I plan to go a bit long today. I've been going long for a bit, the past couple of streams, but I'm invested. I'm finally on a roll. I spent 30 minutes making negative progress. I intend to make it back. Meat will be fur can be right. Has that been repeated yet? No. I still need a word for fruit. Fruit. Ooh. Peace. Cart. Blood can be no, that works. Okay. Now we can actually make the words. So, this is Hekir, right? Yeah. This is Hekil. The absolutive is Hokos. Genitive is Oshak. I need to come up with rules for that. So, phonotactics. So, genitive, Osh and then H. So, proposed, final. Shouldn't you come up with the rules before making words? Well, sometimes you gotta come up with the words to figure out what rules to put in, which rules to ignore. You know? So, Osh. And then because we need C S, C C, C P, C T, C K. So I'm gonna just go in order. H does not cluster, so Osh S, Osh C, Osh H. Then labelized stops also do not cluster. So when we actually get down there, so those would be, yeah. So Osh Gua, Osh Gua, Osh Pa, Osh Da, Osh Ka. And then also the voiced ones, right? Voice stops can only cluster with voice consonants. So we need a catch-all for those as well. Ba, da, ga. Osh. I will have the gua there. Osh. Ba. Osh. Da. Osh. Ga. And then cool. So Osh. And then yeah, so it'll just be Osh and then blank. This will be Osh and then blank as well. Same diff. Osh gua. We don't really have any reason for that to be a thing. Sure. I know that these can turn into Opsh, Ochh, and Oksh. That'll be fine. Then Oshgwa. Maybe this just becomes Ogwa, and then this is Ogwa, right? Why not? And then Osh. Oshpa. Shka. I think this just follows the same rules as the voicedness ones. Okay. So the rules here, following sh, hold on. SCHR dropped. Following C. Oh. I should do this. C preceding labialized stops are dropped. And then following C B, D, and G are following C, but the G are devoiced. And then following C, actually I'm just going to write shpa, shta, right? Yeah. And shka. What is it called when phonemes swap places? Metathesis. Put the size into ch, and ch respectively. Okay. That should cover everything. Wow, okay. So now I can ditch these, because I don't need these, because these rules explain all of it. Cool. So now I can actually... That explains this, because it would be Osh Hawk, but the H is dropped, so... There we go. Then I can write these in. Already voiced. Cool. I should actually also number these. Cool. Next, the instrumental case. Instrumental is L grade, so, and then, so that's folklore. Considerative is R grade, so hear me out, but we make a sandwich, but reversed. So, like a lettuce wrap. Oh, this is, sorry, this is instrumental. This is Hulgeek. Hulgeek. And then this is Herklor. And then the adjective form, this is Hikil, right? No. This is Hikir, and this is... And then this counts as a bread in the middle, meat, lettuce, etc. on top. I'm down. This is the inanimate. I'm counting the labiovelar stop as a back vowel. So call. And then absolutive case. Or no, this is hikil, and then this is hook. Right? Hook goes. Don't forget to deep fry it in butter. Of course. And then the considerative adjective. Oh, we need a considerative adjective form. Frick. Which I deleted earlier. Damn, what did I... Hold on. My videos. Go to me. Y'all should check this guy out. I've heard he makes some great content. Look at this handsome mug. Frickin' love this guy. Holy moly. Okay. No, you guys are seeing the behind the scenes. That's not allowed. We're getting pretty meta here. I'm just going to scroll back to when I showed this instrumental. Didn't I have the adjective form allowed? Right? Oh, not yet. Was that... This is when I was making these. But I need it before that. Oh, it's showing there. The quality on this is pretty bad, actually. Oh, it's just because it's auto. Okay. Wait, did I just delete those? I need it before I did that. Frickin' heck, this is difficult. I want to know what I had. Damn. Whatever. I'll just make new ones. Right? There. Okay. Anyway, Hulkeek, Herklor. Then considerative adjective form. Hooklor. No. Hooklor. If I keep it R grade, and then to have. What did I write to have? Osh. No. Considerative was derived from give. Lore. To be, but not yet. I need a What if instead it becomes lure, and then this is O grade. It swaps the R and the O. Like, it swaps the R from the nucleus of the root word and the O from lore. So instead of herklore, it would become hookler. No, that's silly. Considerative. It would make sense. It has the O grade, right? Because it's going to be the absolutive. Well, if it's the absolutive, then it would be W grade, right? Which hooklore. Maybe if I have this W grade, but I keep... If I had a nickel for every subject that has a nucleus that's not relating to science, I'd have 2 nickels, which is weird that it happened twice. Yeah. What if I just keep it like this? What if... Ooh. I hit a button. Okay. I merge these together. Herklore. Hooklore. Because it basically it derives from the absolutive case. Yeah. That's how that works. I've declared it so. That only took us 20 minutes over the time. Let's do a couple more words and then I'll call it a day. So medir, right? Medir, then medil, absolutive is modos, genitive would be oshmad, right? That's allowed? Yeah, oshmad. Instrumental case is L grade, so mlud. Mlodique. And then considerative is R grade. Murdlore. Is that allowed? Yes. Murdlore. And then adjective form. So this is me dear. This is me deal. We've got modos. Wait, hold on. This is never going to be the back, because it's always going to be meh or mid. So there's no reason for it to ever be. Delete cells and shift left. How much did that mess up? Nothing. Okay. Anyway. I can also, hold on. I can also delete cells and shift left. And then delete delete cells and shift left. There we go. Alternating colors. Apply to range. L42 to L45. Or sorry, J42 to L45, but I really want it just to K45. Okay. Cool. This is medial. Absolutive adjective is mudos. Yeah. And then considerative is mudlor. Tool. Lekir. Lekil. Locos. Oshlock. Right? That's allowed? Yep. Oshlock. Instrumental is Ledik. No, I've just copied the thing above. This is instrumental is, this is special. It just becomes Lekir again. Right? Because it would be Lekik. Sure, why not? Lekik. Considerative would be Lurklor. And then for adjectives, we've got Likir, Likil, Lukos, and Luklor. We're dropping frames like crazy, but it's fine. So these are words that we've just already done. So we're gonna do some new words now. Light. Teen. So, patin. Patinier. Patinial. Pot. Patinos. Opsh. Right? I'm going to copy this down. Oh, it's nice that it keeps that going. There we go. There we go. So, Shatin. Instrumental. This is Patin. Latinic. And this is Perkinlor. Right? NL is allowed? Yep. Perkinlor. This is silly. These words are silly. We'll iron them out, chat. It's fine. And then heating near heating nil he no sorry it's putin nos and then putin lore, right? Putin lore. Big thing. Hemir. Hemil. Absolutive is the absolutive form of big thing with the root hm is homos. I didn't see that coming. Don't worry if you ever think something is silly or dumb. Just remember, life has worse. No, it's silly and dumb in a good way. It's silly and dumb / pause, you know? I derive joy from silly and dumb things. There we go. This is a part of the language now. Genitive is Osham. Instrumental is right. Flamique. Considerative is Glor. Wait. Oh, sorry. It's Hermlore. Hermlore. Hemir. Hemil. Huomos. Considerative is Huomlore. I mean, hey, the SS Riz and SS Gyat exist in the Navy. Hello, sailor! Stand for the flag, chat. I need this. So, Hangir, then Hangil. You've got Hongos, Oshang, Hongik, Hunglor, right? Hunglor. Then this is Hingil. Oh, sorry, Hingir. This is Hingil. You've got oh no, don't leave sight. Hunglos. And then over here is Hung, right? Oh, no, not Hunglor. It's Hunglor. Quabar. So we've got Guebar, Guebarir, Guebaril, Quabaros, Osh. This becomes. Oh, this becomes Oksha. Okshabar. This is Kulabar. Kulabarik, right? Uh-oh. Oh, it doesn't count like this because it's, if it were acting as a consonant, it would, but it acts as a, vowel here, so it finds. What the hell is this? Pretty, whatever it is. I don't know. Who knows? Kulabarik. Yeah. Kulabarik. No, I actually think this would. I'll come up with the constant rules later. Right? I think we should just have the same across the board rules for C, right? Following le, s, sh, and h are become oh, hold on. Oh shoot. No, yeah, I did that fine. Shla. Oh, I mean, lsha, lsa, and lh metastasize into shla, sla, and pla, respectively. L, lqua. No, that's fine. Oh, wait. Preceding labialized stops. Following l, qua, and gua become plain. Following l, yeah. CB, C, E, G, lba, lda, lga, metastasize into l, bl, and gl, respectively. And then LP, LT, LK turn into PL, TL, and KL. And then same here. So Hlkik or Hlkik becomes Hklik, right? Click, glor, frickin' heck. Keek, Ladik, right? Mudleek. Actually, no. I don't want them to metastasize. Only thing I want to metastasize with is the fricatives. Right? Yeah. Klabaric. And then the considerative form is qua. Quer. Querbarlor. Querbarlor. And then Quabarir. Quibaril. Quabaros. 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 Oop, this is, yeah, no. Quabarlor. Frickin' need W declension. Oh no, tactics. Wow, this is probably the most in-depth I've done into conlanging so far. And we're not even anywhere close to being done with this one. YouTube, do you realize emojis are meant to represent some sort of emotion or something? Not necessarily. They can also represent things, like burger. Alright. I'm gonna leave this episode off. I'm tired. I have to go make dinner. Thank you guys so much for subscribing and liking, because you guys already have. All one of you. Make sure to ring the notification bell. You'll be able to get notified of my stuff. I stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Wednesdays are always this. Yeah. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.